really superpowered being. And pedestrians in the middle. Yes.
Okay. Let me just... I know Nessa's on mute. And likely she wouldn't want us to hold up for her anyway. So, with that in mind, this individual with the torch, kind of hovering at the stairwell, having made a comment as to the Wildcards acting in a dangerous and haphazard fashion. On the other side of the street, there still are bystanders staying on the side of the street smartly, but they do have their phones out, and there's of course some people that are just still moving about because they're not necessarily into the let me pull my phones out or the better places to be, but there's still definitely a crowd that that is formed.
Also because it's Roulette Bay.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, neat.
Yeah, stuff's happening. Okay.
There's more people again.
Yeah. Oh, another super coming in. Oh, cool. How's the 315 subway looking?
Unless anyone's going to immediately engage with the response, he will rotate to face the bystanders.
I'm more concerned with civilian checks.
Oh, Sierra is requesting a recap.
Hi. As for a recap, there was various investigations being done, some into the information and locations that were drawn from the, I believe, both the base and the Sharktopus drives. And Alias's own investigations, if I'm not mistaken, into the general people that have been missing, which had let him into the fact that some of the samurai's people have been taken, and from what indications were found, for some reason, it was indicated to them that their people would be at the aquarium. So engaging with that information, people were you guys were kind of rounded up to head towards the aquarium, where you encountered a dastardly foil known as Karen, in this particular case, a supervisor. Which, on top of everything, there did turn out to be a villain, a villain here. This individual, using forms of technology to do ice things. After being engaged in what wound up to be a short battle, what seemed to be a malfunction in pursuit, and that individual being Mistress Kelvin, which I believe the group has given some alternative names for. But like cryo bombs throughout the aquarium were set off. While there was an attempt to safeguard what people you could, with everything being as spread out as it was, ultimately, the person who has yet to have a chance to really identify themselves, the guy with the torch, had come through at incredible speeds, allegedly creating a protective glow around the civilians inside of the aquarium to protect them from what would at the very least be harmful temperatures. They then made a almost a well, it wasn't even so much a proclamation as a comment, that they noted your group acting. I believe it was recklessly and dangerously.
I believe it was the phrasing he used.
Yep. And while you do have, from which I'm decoded, some other spots of interest, the current situation is as it is now, with this individual having appeared, essentially, via a feat of speed, not teleportation. Since Nessa's here, I need to be specific about that. They have these kind of arguably arguably taking the civilian save from you guys.
Far serve.
And that is pretty much where we had ended. Would anyone like to add anything else to that recap?
Not anything additional I can think of. I got the Mistress Kelvin should be pinned and webbed to the floor because her equipment mishap happened after our web turn. I had to tackle her, in case she did explode, but she didn't.
Yeah.
Or rather, she did, but due to whatever his magic light powers or whatever, nobody got hurt.
The only thing I could think of is that we are on temporary truce with the Sunrise Samurai because they're because they thought, or they seem to be under the impression that Spider Wolf or Collateral had taken their people.
Ah, right. Due to the
how
abilities,
due to how masterfully they were just vanished. We had Collateral discussed essentially a truce of, hey, we don't know why they're here either. We didn't do anything. Let's help you get your people back and make sure that nobody gets hurt.
Okay, unless Clara would like to add anything. Nessa, do you have any follow-up questions? I do recall Nessa was rather hammered.
I remember that.
Okay. So
Yeah. Unless anyone has like a immediate comment or rebuttal, this person is going to rotate around on their x-axis to face the bystanders. Wishfire, I know you mentioned you wanted to just check in on the
again,
civilians.
check the civilians and herd them out of the building because the bomb still went off, so this place probably still dropping in temperature rapidly, which means people could get risk of exposure or frostbite depending on how rapidly it's dropping. So they probably should not be standing around. I don't know if you guys have anything you can do for the tanks before the poor dolphins and shit freeze solid.
Was that to the group or?
Yeah,
I
that's a
believe he was
general statement. While he's herding people and throwing web blankets to make sure they're warm until they get outside. I can get the people up, but I'm not sure what to do about the animals.
Well, considering the device has already gone off, Alias will take several glances around, look at everything, start chopping away at his wrist computer. I'll see if I can make something to keep them thawed out, aka use Omni Gadget to make something to make it warmer or something.
Okay. Something that you would realize. I take it this is in reference to the animals, the marine animals.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that are in full enclosures. Their tanks are designed to maintain habitable temperatures. So while those systems are being strained, they are preventing any permanent harm to the creatures in the tanks. They may need like some extra vitamin and some mild recovery, but they're not going to die thanks to the safety systems that are in place. That being said, as you can see on the map, there are some areas that have open water. Those are less protected.
Those are room temperature. The room temperature room.
Like the dolphin tank itself in 15 and the show pole in 16 is completely exposed water. Given they are dolphins, in theory they can swim all the way to the bottom and hold their breath for a long, long time, but that still would prove an issue of them like busting out without hurting themselves.
And even if they busted out again, the water is way colder than they're used to, so
Yeah.
that's still a problem. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, so that will be my plan of counteracting the sub-freezing is running over to, I guess, the nearest one. That might be 15 logging on now. And start
No.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was agreeing that 15 is the closest by distance.
Yeah. He will rush over there and start tapping away on his Omni Gadget to start taking and to help do reasoning. He will take one of his quote arrow bolts and start adjusting certain things in the electronics. Like, okay, and that will be my action when the time comes.
Okay. Yeah, with your Omni Gadget, you can definitely have have a thing that can help with the temperature. Lateral and Nessa, is there anything the two of you are wanting to do at the moment?
I am not in a position to be able to help the animals. So I'm going to look at Nessa and ask if, hey, Nessa, can you help the animals? I'm going to help Wolf Spider with the people.
Nessa's too drunk right now, apparently.
Yeah, she'll be right back. She went off to help the people. She's making room at her lodge for dolphins and shit. Yeah.
Oh man,
Yep.
she would take that opportunity to
Totally.
steal dolphins, wouldn't she? They're my friends. Okay.
Do you mind me moving to 15 just to denote movement?
Yeah, you can move the 15. For those moving around, which from the sounds of it is going to be everyone save Nessa for the moment. There are like sections of like air that is frozen. So there are areas where you're going to have to either break pieces of ice or kind of like you're in a jungle safari situation, or just kind of duck under um under areas, but you are able to navigate around. It is essentially difficult terrain via ice, which for the moment just means it's a little bit of a maneuvering time sink. As
Hey, second on-screen use of his batons. Much more effective than machete in this environment.
Yeah. There are some areas where people, while protected from the initial cold from the glowing light, which has since faded, are effectively trapped behind ice, either because they don't feel confident to maneuver through, or they're of a stature that makes it difficult, or they again just don't have the confidence to it. They're like, eh. So for those assisting with that, you can go and break through ice and maneuver yourselves around around through. For anyone that has either running, acrobatics, or dodge at 6D or higher, you don't need to roll to move through this terrain. If you have anything less than, if any of those skills are less than that, or if any one of those skills are less than that, like in the 5D or lesser range, then you will need to make a roll. I know with Spider, just inherently, due to your stats, you don't need to.
I would say I was trying to find running, but because I keep forgetting it's not under Dex in this. But yeah, I'm good.
I am also good.
Okay.
I
Running
have like 8D in dodge.
Nice.
Well, you said you had to have running, acrobatics, and dodge,
no,
or just one of the three.
Any one of those.
So I'm just being extra by having all of those.
Yeah. If any one of those is 6 dice or higher, then you do have the just inherent maneuverability to like. You still have to take the extra time, but you're not posing any risk of like touching like ultra cold material.
Oh no, the ice is so slippery, I can't get any traction with my incredible sticky powers.
Actually, that would be kind of silly.
I've seen Spider-Man get defeated by Pam on the wall, so.
Oh no, Richmond Storm came through. I can't stick to the ground.
They have cooking spray can prevent him from sticking. It's always possible.
Alias, I believe you're good as well in terms of any of those skills, any one of those skills not being 5D or less.
My reflex is at 60, so.
Oh, okay, so yeah, everyone is good then.
Yes, superhuman, metahuman. Hell yeah.
Okay. As you guys are going through, checking on the civilians and or animals. in the background, for anyone that has the perceptive abilities to hear, the individual hovering over the stairs now, facing the crowd, in a in a voice of um, of a confidence with a little bit of like projective bass in it. He is addressing uh, um, the crowd. Ladies, gentlemen, and others, as as you can see, the valiant attempt of the valiant attempt of the heroes, while admirable, clearly pose a danger to those inside. But now, both you, for future troubles you may have, and for anything too broad for my fellow peers inside to handle. Worry not, for I am now in the area to be available to assist in any misfortune that may fall this wonderful bay of yours, with its very interesting happenings as of late. Or I am, and he'll raise the torch into the air for anyone that has a visual on it or looks at any posted footage later. Raising his torch, which seems to be like unerringly doing kind of the general, I'm a torch flame sway. For I am the light bearer to keep your city safe and push away the darkness forever it may come. And any further things he's saying is kind of like along those kind of reassuring lines. Yep.
Nessa will interrupt his lines and be like, "Hey, are you the asshole that groped me?"
That was not me, young lady. It was very likely one of the one of the samurai. As you can see, there's a rather large group of them in there. If it concerns you, I would be more than happy to speak to each of them to find out who the culprit is that has violated your person.
Nobody's violated. I don't even know that word. And she like tries to sit up and like falls to her knees and be like, "Oh, I'm used to this position lately." But you, sir, you, so loud. Tone it down. Nobody cares. It's so bright. Turn that down too. And she'll like hold out her hands and like darken the area and be like, "Yes, yes, yes, dark."
Okay, could you roll your dark manipulation power, please?
Yes.
Darkness blanketing me.
Hello,
Let's you
my
right
old
now.
friend.
Where's my sheet? Where's my super suit?
I also would like to make the comment that bitch, please, none of those samurai are brave enough to touch Midnight.
Yeah, anyone who knows Midnight knows that she's just like that.
Mm,
But yeah, I'm like, does he say or proclaim any title or who he is?
He is
Like a
the light
moniker.
bearer, or just light bearer for short.
Okay, he calls himself Light Bear. Got it.
So he's light bright. That is what he is now called. Captain Light
light
Bright.
bright. I ship it.
Hey, now he's trying to insinuate that we are the cause of the ice explosion when we weren't directly involved in that.
More specifically, he's insinuating that you could not handle the breadth of the situation.
I don't take it that way. I don't care what he says until he says it.
That's
He's
fair.
saying it's our fault. I'm going to call him Captain Lightbright. Point out that it's more likely him that was doing said thing, and well, it would have been fine. We've dealt with worse things than supernatural
47.
shenanigans.
47? Okay. Nice. While you do lessen the light, you will see that miraculously the torch he is holding, the flame itself is not dim, so it's like standing out against the darkness, but the radiant light has lessened. You are getting the sense from how you're feeling kind of through the darkness that if quote unquote the torch wanted to, it could like have luminance even going against your against your darkness, but it's just being enough to stand out as a contrast to the dimmed light.
So, because Alias and Spider Wolf knows Nessa so well, the look on her face is a gimme look and a challenge accepted. She's gonna try and boost this thing unless somebody stops her.
I feel like I would recognize the I want to steal that look too.
That's fair.
Unfortunately, I am busy.
So, if I am not mistaken, Clado, you said you were helping Wolf Spider?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
not stopping it.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like I said, I was just making sure, letting them know that they would be aware that
Yeah.
Nessa's about to try and steal this.
I'm pointing out that with the people scattered, they're not necessarily here for what you're doing.
Mm. Ah, got you. Well, I tried. I tried to be good. It's too much alcohol in the system.
It's okay. You're stealing from Captain Lightbright, who's an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to say that we're endangering people when we're trying to save people.
She's like, I don't like you. 1, you're ugly. 2, your dick looks small. And 3, you're so bright and loud.
With that in mind, then I will leave the rest to you and your companions. So I will no longer be a bother to you.
No, they're not my companions. They're my harem.
Turning his attention to the crowd, citizens. I bid you adieu, and feel free with the permission of those experiencing such things to assist in the recuperation of the people valiantly rescued from the aquarium. With that, he will accelerate rapidly into the air, where at some altitude there's a bit of a thump as the sound barrier is broken.
I really don't like Captain Light Bright.
Nessa, no. Hmm.
Nessa likes it. It's cold. It's dark. This is nice.
For the people side of things, you guys again can certainly, with your expertise and skill, and the fact that it's again pretty much a terrain at this point, will be able to get people people out. Wolf Spider. This woman in 12 will be inquiring as to what the hell is going on.
Mhm.
Nothing to worry about, ma'am. There was a cross-theme villain who had a technological malfunction. Thankfully, nobody was hurt.
Is there perhaps a heating malfunction that can happen?
We're working on it. Meantime, here's a blanket. There's a path to the outside where it's warmer.
Yeah.
As people are walking out the front door, can Nessa be just like casually pickpocketing them as they go by? She's
Sure.
not going for anything like of actual value, but like she's just like the episode where Parker was like on meds and was just randomly pickpocketing people. That's just what she's doing.
Worst usher ever.
Hey, feel free to make a pickpocketing roll. Given that both Collateral and Wolf Spider are presumably assisting people out, they can be free to make a perception, or if they're being particularly alert, search roll to see if they notice the skillful magic hands of Nessa. But the woman in 12 will make a comment also that that prior to the cold snap, she noticed something odd just under the lip of the tank in 12, just to be helpful to the cultural community with Spider.
Well, thank you. It's probably one of the devices they had to malfunction, but I will take a look once I get you outside safely.
Yep.
So we're gonna have one more for dinner.
She'll give like a very slight nod. And and a mental note to possibly grab the good plates. Given that Alias was doing animal related things, again, Tank 15 is going to be fine with your gadget. Is there any particular tactic you would like to use on the larger pool that has several inches of the surface now just solidified into ice enough to be ice skating on?
Oh no, it's Richmond. 2 to 5 days ago.
Also, Nessa, are you pickpocketing Jessica?
That's my sister, right?
Yeah.
No. In fact, I will reverse pickpocket and give her some of the things I've taken. I'd be like, put that in my stash at home. I'll collect it later.
So she is going to be very confused.
I have 14 iPhones now. What the?
Jessica knows Nessa is midnight. She's taken her sister on quite a few night capers.
Crap, they're multiplying.
Damn it. Shit.
I only had 2 nickels. Now I have 3. What the hell?
Yeah.
But anyways, I possibly do have an answer. Because I had actually sort of prepared for this moment somewhat. I have
You prepared for a frozen dolphin tank?
arrows.
Hey, Batman.
Oh no, I have fire arrows.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, I guess it's kind of preparing.
Yeah, just not, it's not like I have a thing specifically for frozen dolphin tanks, but yes, it is being prepared. If it was a frozen whale tank, we'd be screwed, but dolphins are okay.
If this was a frozen shark tank, this would not work. Actually, no. What would really be stupid for Batman would be, wait, are these gray dolphins or white dolphins? I only have the gray dolphin one.
African or European? What?
Mm.
But yes, I would like to use a couple of a couple fire arrows to help, and also a bit of punching to help crack the ice and just generally try to warm up the tank.
Okay. Okay. That sounds doable. And it also sounds like you're not trying to do it in a super duper quick fashion.
Nope. And if the fire doesn't work, I have a laser. That can
Fire
help.
fire will definitely work.
Yay.
I need to take an inconvenient ad break real quick.
Oh, Nessa, you sick bastard. You left somebody with only one earbud.
They know my suffering.
That is such a mean thing to do. You took one of their earbuds? Why?
She's just randomly grabbing things.
She's just drunk snatching.
So mean.
And you know what? One of us needs to be like, hey, midnight, I bet you can't pickpocket that, and then pickpocket the item back onto them.
Oh,
That
she
way it
definitely
doesn't.
He has no clue who she took these from.
This is a future challenge of trying to keep her, trying to at least keep her honest and not steal from the poor people who we are trying to save.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Hopefully she won't have another instance where she has to drink.
Sure, you didn't have to drink this time.
Hey. She learned from watching the adults around her that you cope with problems by drinking. Not her fault. She's learning.
In the words of oh God, what's his character in Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Jake.
Was it Peretti? Peralta?
Okay, no, it is Jake Peralta. Right, his actual name is like Andy. Because you're junkie scum. That isn't actually your fault. It isn't actually your fault because it's the genetics and also because of severe trauma and other things in life. But still, junkie scum.
Hmm.
Full motive, still murder.
Okay. With the situation resolving through both scientific cunning and just being good people, the crowd outside, some of them will some of them will in fact be offering to help the people by like going to the nearby Roulette Brewery and getting coffees and bay tea and getting some warm things for people to sit on. Others will be murmuring. In the distance, you will hear the sounds of emergency response sirens. Between that and what has happened, Samurai himself, seeing that now there appears to be a new player in the game, unless stopped, will withdraw, proclaiming that he will find the samurai that have been captured and recovered from here. Basically, the people in the fight, he kind of realizes he's again outnumbered, and now there's an X factor.
No, he's outnumbered, but he also didn't actually do anything. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have no reason to stop him.
And
I
plus,
literally just pointed out that it wasn't wolf spider, and that what you're thinking is it's just a normal aquarium.
yeah, and just while things are assumably like working, like once Alias has things set, he'll perfectly willing to search the building for any evidence of were the samurai here? What, or was this just an elaborate trap?
Yep. If you're going to search, I could use a search roll, investigation roll, or whatever other skill you think would be useful for
I'd like to
that you
use
have
look
to
reading.
locate. With Mistress Kelvin, are you who's dealing with her? Or are you just guys just kind of leaving her here to be snaggerjacked by the local authorities?
I'll at least move her outside because I don't know with her suit toasted if she has to worry about cold. Also,
Okay.
leave the usual ding her off a lamppost or something. Inside, we'll note inside rescuing civilians, danger for Froho.
She is kind of mumbling and babbling to herself in both what clearly is frustration and a little bit of confusion. Though she is currently not speaking in English. It's not an alien language, but it's also not Spanish, which I know what Spider knows. So
I have poor dice in languages. Can I make a roll to see if I know it?
sure.
You might be muttering something actually useful, such as, I imagine part of it's that wasn't supposed to happen. What the hell? Some of it's also probably, curse you, Perry the Platypus.
26?
That's your wolf spider. That's wolf, that spider. If it wasn't for you. If it wasn't for you and your samurai, I would have gotten away with it too.
Oh, okay, cool. No, you are able. Which armor?
He's trying to take off Samurai's cybernetics, I think. I don't think you can pickpocket that. I'm pretty sure that's attached.
Yeah, I figured it was attached. That's why it just looks at her. She's like just grabbing at it, trying to like pull it off.
If it's a samurai, he's like gonna be like, "What are you doing? No, stop!" If you're talking about Lightbright, he has literally flown off.
No. I'm talking about the samurai guy right here.
Okay.
He has shinies.
Ah,
He was drawn to the shinies.
no. But yes, what she is mumbling about is he is correct in that some of it is is kind of confusion as to why her suit you know had issues. Um, her there's clearly some flaw in her science, which she clearly is rather proud of, given how she was talking earlier. But also, that she she is wondering where the extra bombs came from. Like, she doesn't remember planting that many.
I knew it. Captain Lightbright's the problem.
So, what I'm hearing is we might have to do some forensic web walking.
Oh, that's right. You could do that.
Man, it's wild how that's becoming more and more prevalent. I hope nothing bad happens while using that.
I'm just glad I finally have a use for it, because I was sitting on that for several adventures, getting ready to use it, and then we had a different idea that was better.
Alias, looking around, you will in fact find that there we go. That there is in fact some samurai trapped. When I say trapped, I more mean there's a locked door and they're behind it. They're bound and trapped behind the door and within the room that is the Sea Lions training room.
See, that's proof I didn't do it. I don't use fucking rope.
What what they are tied with is it is it's cabling. It's like, not industrial cabling, but it is cabling versus rope, which is something that clearly Will Strider does not use. He probably could, but he doesn't.
Why would I use shitty ass cable? My webs are way stronger.
So open the locked door. Hello, gentlemen. How are you today?
Finally, someone.
Yes,
not the boss though. Oh, we'll get to the boss.
Don't worry. Your boss did come. He did come. He came. He was going to fight all of the people here for you. So just to let you know that he is loyal to you all too. But let us get you out of that cable, yeah.
Thank you. The other person, because there's two of them, the other person will comment. Oh, no, I suppose we owe you for saving us.
Not necessarily. But do you remember anything about your captor?
Good wallops to the head. Given that you're untying them and such, you will notice that they're.
Hi, Brian.
The back of their helmets have in fact been hit with enough force to dent them.
My God, that's a lot of force.
It's a lot of headache.
He will offer to check them for like concussions to be like, okay, how bad is this? Fine. Oh yeah, that is going to hurt quite a bit. Here, take some aspirin. Try 2 aspirin, and just general shenaniganery and all that.
The music is so pleasant and the environment is not.
Shaking is too.
Yes, he will. And depending on where he is, he will contact the team and say he found the samurai and are going to escort them back to their boss. I was like,
All right. Anybody hurt? They good?
Some minor concussions, but that will pass.
If they're hurt, I have the kiss of life.
Dankeschön, Fräulein. Dankeschön, Fräulein, but they will be fine for now.
Also, when did Professor Ludwig von Drake join the team?
Apologies, Apologies if I attempt to have some kind of humor with my accents.
Oh no, you're fine. I was just
I've been enjoying it.
I wasn't complaining. I was just kind of like, okay, that's a new one.
Yeah, I actually get some extra XP for it.
Yeah, the answer is well, that's new.
Because he is alias. He is everyone and no one.
I have no problem with a vaguely German duck doctor joining the team. I'm just.
Now, you're going to take this gum and you're going to chew it the entire time. That way, it produces oxygen. No matter where you are. And sustenance. Even if you're on the moon, you won't die.
Okay, so our doctor is a mad doctor.
They come in other cut types?
All the best ones are. Some ones a little not. But anyways, moving
on. Yeah, the samurai will, upon the return of his people, will give a kind of like clip nod and look of appreciation, and will comment as he's leaving. I won't forget this. Consider it a. I'm considering it a bit of a. A bit of a return on the fact that you stole the prospective apprentice from me.
Who did we steal from him?
He's talking about Ignaris.
Mm-mm-mm.
See, I told you we didn't do
Never
it.
mind, you get to.
He'll be speaking to the formerly captured compatriots in Japanese for anyone who knows it. And even if you don't, given the angle of kind of what's being said, he's kind of questioning them about like how could you even get captured? What what the hell happened?
Well, I mean, he took blunt force trauma to the back of his helmet enough to dent it. I think that it pretty much explains all of it.
Yeah,
That's a good excuse for other people.
What attacked them?
No idea. So, if one of them is willing to leave behind the dented helmet, we can find out, maybe.
I have some cabling. A very interesting subdual instruments. Not rope, not anything else but cable. Very interesting.
The samurais are still here. They're just invisible. Their health bars never left.
What? I sent them to the GM layer.
You see the glitch, though, right? If you look at my screen.
Yeah, I sent them to the GM layer. What the hell? They should be
They're still
gone.
here. They're
Still sends them,
here.
apparently.
It is part of their new. It is
Yes,
part
yes,
of
yes,
our
I do.
new tactic against us, against the wolf spider. It is to confuse him and his enemy and his friends.
They've discovered anti-spider sense ECM. Hey, roll 20, we found the new glitch.
I was going to say it's more the what's the word I'm looking for? It's more of a they have learned how to phase into a different dimension. They're in the inferior plane now.
or they could be like Nordic dwarves, and they just simply stepped in the realm between realms.
Little world of darkness. They step sideways and smell of men.
I was thinking that too.
Oh God! They stepped into the. Oh God! Marcus wasn't awakened now. He is now.
Of course, Nessa realizes what this means now. If they can step into other realms, that means we have to protect the Hamon.
We must protect the Hamun. Quick, everybody sing.
Some of the crowd will be dispersing as the sirens get like into the visible. Oh wait, I can see them coming down the block kind of range, leaving only a handful of helpful bystanders at this point.
Assuming we've gotten the people out, wolf spiders get like a snowman with a sign that says temporary closed for ... water damage ? Question mark.
Nessa will like raise her hand and be like, I just realized that I'm a semi-bad guy. I shouldn't be around when the sirens come. And she she'll teleport, but she only teleports from a standing position to a sitting position in the same spot.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time she wasn't somehow invisible when the cops showed up, but put a web blanket over her like there.
I'm in a tit.
I can say it now. You're like palming the inside of it. Is there a kid over there? Yes. It's not my kid, though. What?
Stranger danger. I'm gonna be like Pan for Dragon Ball. Was it GT? No, it wasn't GT. It was the
I mean,
movie.
Pan was also a GT. Are you talking about Super?
It was the movie.
Yeah, superhero. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know him.
Much better outing for her than her GT counterpart.
Yes, 100 times yes.
Okay, so now we need to examine some bombs and figure out which ones are the extras that were planted by somebody that was not, Kelvin.
Okay. For those near or at the doorway, you will hear and or see Da Vinci get out of her car and announce to people, yes, it's all very exciting. It can be exciting for you over there. Jim, John, Bo, the angels are directing people.
Put out the tape. Yeah.
Oh no, it's the scary lady. She doesn't like me. This is the perfect time to get her to like me.
I'll pickpocket her radio, then she'll really like me.
Then she'll really like me.
Collateral and Alias. Is there anything that you guys are particularly wanting to do? In the case of Collateral, you definitely have a relationship with local law enforcement. So I don't think you'll need to be running.
So yeah, you're the liaison. Now might be a good time to liaise.
I volunteer as tribute. I'll do
BRB.
it. I'll go talk to the detective lady.
Who does what now? I just got back.
Da Vinci just pulled up with the local squatties. They're cordoning off the area. So since you're official cop liaison guy, this might be a good time to liaise with her, bring her up to speed.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll bring her up to speed and
while I'm running Nessa interference.
Yeah, because Nessa starts like inchworming towards her.
I want to make a good impression on her. I want her to like me.
yeah. I'll
Maybe she'll like joke me.
I'll be getting the detective up to speed. I'll also be trying to paint Captain Lightbright, and that's what I'm calling him officially to the record. That I am not painting him in like he did something illegal, but I'm not making him look good.
Okay.
And if she asks,
Oh,
I do
no.
make it clear that I have a bias against him.
Oh,
This is for the 804.
At least there'll be plenty of footage to see. I'll keep that in mind. So I'm thinking we're gonna have to make a new wing if we keep getting these unusual convicts in.
she's seen me.
You probably should. I'm pretty sure we could set an entire island aside for it.
I don't think we have the budget for an entire island.
And besides,
I do.
I'm not sure an island would necessarily be good. That seems too separate, to dehumanize analyze them further. Speaking psychologically, at least.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but putting a bunch of superpowered villains on an island where if they break out, they don't cause problems for the local people is a bit more prudent than
Sounds like a good time to
supposed
me.
isolation. It's not like they're going to be completely isolated. They're going to have normal amenities, I assume. I'm not the government.
I think discussions of budget and such are for a little bit later. Now, unless we're dealing with raving mad people, I'm all for reform. I'm just not sure how to go about it with, say, people who like to freeze things.
No, that is completely understandable. But speaking for the here and now, though.
Also, is she okay? Referring to Nessa.
I believe she is suffering. He will. No, never mind. Go ahead.
I'm peachy keen. Things stopped spinning 5 minutes ago.
How old are you?
Old enough to be your mama.
I believe she is inebriated, detective.
Yes, I can see that. Does anyone know how old she is?
I can't tell you. It
She looks
rhymes
old
with
enough.
mine.
Besides that, it's probably poison from something else she was doing before she got here. We'll get it taken care of.
Yeah, if by the sound of it, Wolf Spider have possibly had a plan, so he will tag team off to be on midnight defense.
Okay.
If he wants to do his thing.
E is not next to me at the moment, but Collateral, since you actually did speak up more specifically, feel free to make a persuasion persuasion roll. Because my understanding is you're not really lying so much as kind of guessing.
I'll also point out that Nessa did say it rhymes with minor.
Yeah, that's part of the reason why I'm wanting the persuasion roll, because it's like it's kind of like it looks like there might be something here I need to deal with outside of the obvious.
I just see Nessa. I see that she is in some altered state of mind. I assume she's been poisoned. Technically not wrong.
Well, she's been openly drinking from bottles of wine this whole time.
You're still technically not wrong. It is poisoned. But the answer is 23.
23, okay.
Because I don't know your age, but your suit makes you look like you're an adult. So everything I am saying is technically correct.
Midnight told you guys by Earth standards, she would be considered a minor.
God damn it, I don't remember that. I think I might need to make a different roll then.
Oh yeah, if you know that, though, one could argue that maybe Collateral has forgotten that fact.
That's true. He could have blacked it out.
And also,
what would be the stat for memory? Presence?
Knowledge.
What would you say to remember that obscure fact with all the shit that's been going on for the last month?
I would say 18.
I failed. I don't remember that. Is this what you'd be called failing upwards?
Yeah. You said your first roll was what again? 20...
I rolled a 23.
23? Okay.
The bottle's empty now.
The Detective Da Vinci is highly skeptical.
She can be skeptical as much as she wants. You try getting the teleporting Midnight to comply.
Can't really ID you. Or rather, get an ID from you.
Oh,
If I
wait.
ever actually
I
catch you, I'm going to add this to the list.
I do have an ID. She's going to pull out the wallet she stole.
Get her away from me. Get her away from me.
Which wallet is it that you stole?
Let's see. It's a wallet. It just says one wallet with credit card. So that's the one.
Hmm.
I wish I knew what I did the remote and I find it.
I mean, what's the worst that happens? We have a poisoned superhero who runs around kissing people to heal them and teleports.
And I was told that that's how some of the greatest pornos start.
Oh dear Lord.
As I cannot verify your age, I will advise that you not drink in public.
Good. The bottle is empty. I'm not drinking.
Good.
But I could be. I like when she says that another bottle appears in front of her.
Someone take that from her.
She could be, but and he just gently takes it, but she's not.
Oh no! Scored it again.
Oh, yeah, to at least sort of begin with the scene along. If you wanted, Tris, Alias was offering to tag you out for midnight duty so you can do your walk because it sounded like you had a plan.
Well, I'm probably doing my walk, but I need somebody who's a little bit more technically inclined to figure out which bombs are the ones that she didn't plant, so we know which ones to actually focus on, and ideally, possibly figure out how long they've been there, so I know where to aim the walk.
I promise to behave.
So would that be a demolitions roll?
Scout's honor.
Or like analyzing the bombs.
Yeah, figure out which set of bombs are different. If somebody else made them. Because I could see that possibly going under demolitions to go, okay, this bomb was made of different materials than this one, but has the same effect, so it was probably done by a different person or whatever. Maybe.
Okay. Here's what I will do. Do you also have an investigation?
No, but I have used tech. And wait, hold up. Investigation. Investigation is what, presence?
That's under perception.
Perception. I also have 4D in investigation. I have 4D in both.
Okay, one moment.
No matter what skill you want me to use, dear Lord, my dice are streaking. And it stopped. Now I'm sad.
Given that your Dice and Demolitions does give you a...
24, 34.
Mm.
We'll look that up.
Okay, if you give me both a Demolitions and an Investigation roll, I will use your Demolitions roll to affect the difficulty because of your familiarity with the, with explosives and, planting and disarming and such.
Okay. So I have a question for you guys. Do you want my stupidly high roll that I just made to go for demolitions or for investigation, folks?
From what he
Since I have
said,
to make-
it sounded like investigation was more appropriate. If I was hearing that right?
Well, his Demolitions roll, he rolls that, and I'll have that affect the DC.
Then
Because he's using his familiarity.
well, then yeah, I'd probably use your better skill to lower the DC of your less better skill.
They're actually equal. That's why I'm curious.
I'd still use it to lower the DC of the other roll, but that's just me.
Cool. I rolled a 43 in demolitions.
Okay.
And for the investigation, I rolled a 25.
5. Okay. Okay, and your investigation was what again? Sorry?
It is a 25 investigation, a 40 in demolition.
Okay.
Sorry, a 43 in demolition.
Between those
correct that.
two, you will definitely be able to discern the extra bombs from the normal bombs for a rather interesting reason. The extra bombs are identically constructed, identical to um, identical to the fragments of the bomb that was in the entryway. It is as if someone snagged one of her bombs and went, I'm making that, exactly that, multiple times.
That's peculiar.
You're not seeing the homemade variants in the extra bombs of the wire maybe in a slightly different spot because you use like a different board, kind of thing, as a part of the as a part of the electronics of it, as a for instance. Like they were like machine worked, like the wires are newer than some of the ones that Mistress Kelvin planted herself, but again the design is just not that it went through a 3D printer, but it's as if it went through a 3D printer and went copy.
Mm-hmm. I'll point out which ones are the duplicates. That's the best way to actually describe it.
The except for the one on the northern entry tank, so the number 4 north of the main door. Aside from that being what seems to be the one used for the duplicate template, all the ones on the doors themselves, exit doors themselves, are of shall we say, original construction. So essentially, there was basically 4 that were originally, homemade, and the rest, say for the template, was were the mass produced ones, for lack of a better phrasing. And of course, any she actually used, because I don't recall how many she actually threw from her belt.
No, I understand. So, based on that information, would I have a rough time frame for when these are placed in comparison to the other ones, or I just know which ones to actually look at and say best of luck?
When they were released, or like when they were fashioned. Is that
would there
your
be
question?
anything that I can use to try to indicate when they were actually created?
The parts do not have serial numbers on them. Now, the ones that were the base template one, and the ones that were deployed on the exit doors do, like their components do, because as you do, you have either bought them or stole them, and they have their their back written on them and stuff like that. But the duplicate ones don't.
Now that is peculiar.
The fact that they have less to no wear and tear on them compared to the others would indicate that they've been in some kind of storage for a while and have only been deployed here recently. Let's see. Any other questions? Which I realized the answer was kind of a no, but it was rather the method was rather odd. So.
I don't have any extra questions. I'd eventually go back to Wolf Spider and point out this information. Well,
Okay, so we know which ones
I give
are.
a small prayer to Alias of being able to contain a drunk midnight.
Okay, so we know which ones are planted now. And do we have a rough idea when they were planted, so I can aim this a little bit?
With your roll, yes, you can determine when they were planted. They were, and I'll just give you the relative time versus the exact time. They were planted between 5 and 30 minutes before the others were planted.
They were planted before she planted her own.
Really? That's impressive.
By literal minutes.
Okay, so if I aim for half an hour, set up his little medicine wheel, random snowman in the medicine wheel because he can. Anybody who wants to actually see, what happened, gather them up while I'm setting this up.
Alias would like to, but again, midnight duty.
I mean, you can bring Midnight in here. Yeah.
That does bring in the question though. Midnight.
Movie time.
What is? I guess that's what you're having to contend with. How would you like to tame Midnight if you're wanting to do that? This is
Alias
yeah.
will, while they're doing the investigation, he will, because by the sound of it, there was a bottle attempting to be drank. Oh no, never mind. You already webbed that one. You know, Alias will basically conjure, start doing classic 90s magic ball, but with like actual magic energy of like, oh, watch it go all over everywhere. Ooh, prestidigitation. Ooh.
Yeah, there's was it the Fushigi?
Yeah. And then when it comes time to quote movie time, it's like, hey, I want to see something cool.
Yeah, let's go. She's hungry again now, though.
No.
It would be illegal to take one of the tuna and feed it to her.
Would it though? I won't tell if you won't tell.
Now he will go to a vending machine that he knows is going to be here and get her Snickers.
You're not yourself when you're hungry. Grab a Snickers.
Yes, that's right. Remember the propaganda.
That was weird. That's how I press a button. I might have. Return to me chart. I may arrive at appropriate difficulty. You know, if you want to open up, that'd be terrific. You were open a second ago. Oh, I see you have chosen Hickory. 1 second. T20. Imprint. Clarification question. I know the power is spiritually based. Is there any limitation on it for the fact that it is spiritually based?
Don't believe so.
Okay.
Double checking. Only that my radar sense turns off while I'm using it.
Okay.
The signature effect webbing counts.
Oh no. I was wondering if, for instance, like If like a refrigerator would be unclear because a refrigerator doesn't have a soul, kind of thing.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
There was the fluff description of the fact that it's all like kind of like web. But again, the more detail I've got, the more finer, the more detailed the sculpting of the web is. So like a person's face would, you know, still look like it's made of web, but in theory, if it's a high detail render of a person's face in web, you could still tell it's Bob or whatever.
Right. Okay.
Like everything's made of thread.
Gotcha. Okay. So the webbing of the area forms into the scene of the past. The occasional people moving through, because at the time there still were patrons around. The odd some odd things that you note are things such um, as expert timing from things moving in such fashions as to not easily be seen. Like cameras moving when the cameras are facing in directions and not perceive movement that is clear that is clearly hidden. These things will move. That kind of thing. So you're seeing like bits of webbing in like obscured areas, though you do definitely have significant detailing. Can I get a some form of either perception roll or another skill that you think would be appropriate here to kind of give more clarity to more hidden areas that are being reviewed, like areas that either have lower light or things that are kind of like obscured by people and just general
There's
information.
perception, search, deduction and intuition probably wouldn't. I don't know if I could roll my spider mimicry with the idea of he's trying to. Well, no, he lost his radar sense. So radar sense isn't working, but through the principle of radar senses, his radar sense is kind of being hurled back through time. Could he use it to kind of like radar out the details through his spider mimicry skill? Because that's the managing skill for that.
Okay. Given that, sure, we can. Given your connection to that, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Artist would be the other.
Artist would also be a way to do it. So, this is more bringing out things versus uncovering things at that point, which is a cool way to do it.
Kind of sad on 90, but technically average.
Okay.
Why not?
Okay. Bringing out the things that are kind of obscured in the recovered facsimile of the past. You will find as you are bringing it to the floor that their stealthiness is not the only thing that was the issue. You are finding that are essentially essentially having to craft and bring out what, given how your powers are working, what you would consider uh, negative space. And now that you've kind of done that, and kind of know kind of what you're looking or not looking for. It shouldn't be an issue in the future too. Carrying a number of identical looking Mrs. Kelvin biobombs is this.
Yeah, how did nobody see a robot walking around?
That's a very good question. Holy shit.
An iron-blooded Gundam wandering around.
Now Ironblood, not an Ironblood orphan.
That series disturbed me.
I mean, it was supposed to, but that's exactly what it looks like, is one of those Gundams with the armor taken off.
Now that you mention it, it kind of does, yeah.
All right, I did my part. I don't know robots.
Oh, cool. We're dealing with yet another group of high technology.
Just to clarify, as the image definitely seems to indicate in the term robot, unlike other high technology people you've seen, this is clearly not a battle suit unless you're dealing with a Men in Black tiny person.
Yeah, it's high technology. It's a full-on freaking robot.
Yeah.
We don't have people being able to have full-on robots being able to sneak around inside buildings full of people. Let alone recognize people doing weird things.
What the fuck was that?
As human. Freaking DARPA. You know what project I'm talking about. Right? Where literally DARPA had like a bunch of Marines try to sneak past AI, and they literally were, one walked past it acting like a fir tree, another cartwheeled past it, another just outright pulled a Metal Gear and used a box.
I was saying, the recognition failed hard.
Yeah, it recognized it when humans were being normal, but as soon as you said Marines were told, try to sneak past it whichever way you feel like, well...
It's been a fun day for them.
It's the Marines, of course it would be fun.
Let's fuck with this thing.
I like the way this sucks. I wish this one sucked more. But anyways, to confirm a detail, David, you said that it looked like the droid was creating negative space.
Oh, from the standpoint of his ability, it's me trying to represent that unlike say even though like a regular object doesn't have a soul, a robot also doesn't really have a spiritual presence, and because it's like he's familiar with mundane objects, but not necessarily robots. That's why I was like, okay, now you know what you're looking for. You're not going to run into this kind of problem again.
Oh, I had the wrong sense of the robot. Got it.
I would like to make, I guess, a tech roll on the robot to figure out what the hell we're dealing with.
Okay. Do you know it's made of web, so there's nothing for you to actually interface with?
Oh, I understand. Okay. Just like off the rip of like, because as Eric said, this is higher tech stuff that I don't think we've actually come across someone with actual robots yet. Like the most robots we've come across are cyber dogs and
we have dogs, but yeah, I think that's the most robotic we've had.
Yeah,
the dogs
and even then, the cyber dogs are using like residue weird tech. But you can make a I'm kind of leaning towards repair because I think use tech is largely operation of. Let me double check that.
Repair or
Yeah,
maybe
can you-
gadgetry?
Well, I was gonna say gadgetry too.
This looks
Either
like more of
or,
a super
maybe-
science robot than a traditional, Hyundai robot.
That's fair.
This is no Boston Dynamics.
Okay. Using this skill to operate communications or sensors ready to observation. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's for programming and like equipment use. So you can make a gadgetry or a repair roll. As I know, the reason I was thinking repair because repair is under perception. So either a gadgetry or repair roll.
And there you go, sir. Oh, actually, wait, I forgot a dice. No, I didn't. No, we're all good. Result as is.
Okay. While Alias is doing that, obviously, Wolf Spider is doing a meditative thing. The cops that can look inside are like, "The fuck is this?" What? What's Nessa and Collateral doing?
I would be assisting Elias.
Okay. If you're assisting Alias, you do get an extra die unless there's a specific thing that you're doing to assist.
No, I'm just providing assistance because we're the two most logical people here.
Okay.
Thank you, good sir.
Okay. Okay. Before I get to the descriptions, is there anything that Nessa is wanting to do or act given her state?
She's probably just watching the movie. There's popcorn in her lap now. No more booze, so she's probably steadily sobering up. It's gonna be sad when the hangover hits her.
Okay. In that case, Alias, since Alias and Collateral, are there any particular questions you're wanting answered, or do you want me to just kind of give you a very general overview first?
Let's go with general overview, and we'll hone in on from there.
Okay. Same for you, Collateral?
Yep.
Okay. Despite the somewhat ramshackle, given there's cables and stuff like that, nature of it, you are able to identify devices on it that would give it like for instance parabolic hearing, the optics, given they're not fashioned as eyes, likely have telescopic magnification to some degree. There is an oddity to some of the underside of the armor for the arm that you can see. Investigating that further, given that it is it's actually a very detailed facsimile. So okay, there's an oddity there which you can follow up on that may require extra rolls. What else? What else? You are. Yeah, that's actually visible. There it is. There are concealed blades of some kind in the forearm structure, because they are tucked in. you can't visually tell if there's any special properties, like like if they're vibro blades or if they're made out of like super titanium or something. But you can definitely tell they're concealed blades.
Yeah, they're made of raritanium. But seeing that, Alias will jokingly say, "Bastard stole my idea. I was thinking of doing that."
Given the spacing of what appear to be the what passes for perceptual sensors on it, you can estimate that they have peak, if not above, general general sensory abilities. Again, with things like parabolic dish and stuff like that, some aspects may go beyond that. From the description and stuff of and what you were seeing of how it was moving and what from what Wolf Spider was sensing from the obscured movement of it, it is very very graceful, though it hasn't. There's nothing you can see, and it has not demonstrated through the vision anything that would be beyond what a human could skillfully do. What else? You would be able to tell that without taking. You Alias, due to your specific specific abilities in nature, do recognize what appear, again, given the web facsimile nature of this, appear to be interface ports or wiring. Not from the standpoint of it can interface with a device versus it plugs into a thing versus a thing plugging into it.
So it can interface with, it can plug into something.
Yeah, through what given how the port is being rendered in the web, you're thinking it's something that shoots out and can connect to like a Ethernet port or USB port, some kind of um, computer connectivity. Let's see. That's the general things that I can give you, given that you're looking at a facsimile. Do you guys have any specific question? Unfortunately, with it being webbing, I can't actually tell you how durable the armor is.
Right, of course.
Well, I mean, looking at it, this doesn't appear to be Continuum's work. Sorry, you were saying?
Is there anything that really identifies it?
Oh, is there an emblem on it?
Yeah, anything identifying wise, outside of its very unique appearance.
You're not seeing any emblem like orb or anything. You are not seeing any kind of actually, hold on.
Oh. Property of sandy cheeks, leave alone.
Okay. There's no overt emblems or symbols on it. It is serial numberless in the same fashion as the replica bombs, cryo bombs were. However, okay. Do either of you have any kind of what kind of visual things do you guys have at your disposal?
Would that really matter, given that we're looking at a web version of it?
I mean, it's still a high detail render, so depending on what he's asking for.
I mean, I have night vision goggles and plain human eyesight. I am human eyeball Mark 1.
Okay.
I can use my mask to get like X-ray. I don't know if that will help here. X-ray, the heat vision, or the sight of super sense.
I kind of envision it kind of like a high detail 3D print, kind of how that's made of thread or
Okay,
web.
all right.
Yeah. This this should be technically it would be in the human visual range. If you were actively using other certain other things, it may be more obvious. But you did roll. Okay. Can I get an investigation roll or a use tech roll? Though the use tech roll would be at a higher difficulty. Because there's a thing on it that I'm trying to determine whether you guys would recognize as significant.
No, what kind of roll?
Either an investigation or a use tech roll, though the use tech roll will be at a higher difficulty.
I will do my 4D of investigation. Well, I know this ain't going anywhere. 15.
15? Okay.
Is that with your +3?
Yep. I rolled alone. 4 dice.
Actually, it sounds like you rolled average on 4 dice.
I rolled 12 on 4 dice. That's average.
Statistical average on D6 is 3.5.
Yeah, I guess that is average.
And looks like Alias rolled a 24.
Okay. There is there is a kind of fuzziness on it because I believe your webbing doesn't reproduce in color; it's just webbing.
Yeah, again, it's a 3D print, so yeah.
There's a kind of fuzziness to it that could easily be overlooked as either the threading itself or maybe some scuffing or just incongruity in the smoothness of the rest of the metallic parts outside of the sloping and stuff that exists. Given how it's rendered and stuff like that, there is something that is not overtly a emblem, but like those images where if you look at it and like either slightly across your eyes, you kind of look at it from a different angle, it lines up. You are able to see a non-colored version of this. It doesn't have the particleization around it, but it does have the circle with the spokes.
My God, it's the Elden Beast. The 2 fingers of her are here. The golden order has come. Run! Before the Elden tree comes.
I know the reference that you're trying to make, but it's going straight over my head because I'd never played that game.
Yeah, that's fair. I know you're not, if I remember correctly, you're not a Dark Soul or Souls-like person.
No, I am not.
I played Ghibli's Soul-like.
Ghibli's first Soulsborne, yeah. What are you doing? I'm... Fuck!
It was like, no, it's not them at all! And it's like, are you trying to figure out and use the pattern of the boss against it? No. I'm just trying to figure out the motion just making in the repeated way it's doing it to avoid it.
No.
That's a very similar way of saying what I just described there.
Are you learning the boss's patterns? No. It's just I'm recognizing something. I mean, it sounds like you're learning the patterns. No. Anyways.
I was like, no, it's not. It's not super dark. Like, I know what's going. That's not a Souls like. Oh fuck!
Studio Ghibli eyes, Souls like. It's a Soulsborne, but it's adorable.
One of them was. That's when I yelled at that one boss. Stop it! But yeah. Once you look at it from the correct perspective, the non-particleized part, the circle with the spokes coming out of it, is what you're seeing. Unless you guys have had some future sight, or I have let something slip. I do not believe any one of you have seen that symbol before.
Hang on, let me dial into the future real fast.
Can I make a Scholar Criminals?
Due to the nature of what this is, the Scholar Criminals would not apply.
Damn it. I tried.
You know what? It's the stars. A cult.
Due to the nature of what this is, that would not apply.
Deduction intuition to be genre savvy?
I do not see how any deduction, unless it involves like precognition or clairvoyance or something.
Yeah, no, I was just joking. I presumed that between his intuition and I've read this comic book, I was not going to get it. I was just being funny. All right, well, there you go, detective. It won't stand up in court, but that's what happened. Unless, 3D printed time travel stands up in court now.
Which, honestly, I don't think it should.
I'm not a judge.
Technically speaking, technically speaking, you haven't done anything illegal. You have done
the
nothing.
Robot planted a bomb. I'm pretty sure that's illegal.
I'm telling you. You haven't done anything that theoretically no one else can't do somehow eventually one day maybe.
Well, we weren't asking if I'd done anything illegal. I was just telling we were just agreeing that spirit time travel powers probably don't stand up in court in terms of evidence.
No, I'm saying it might if we can get someone else to corroborate it. But I will say this much: I believe this symbol is related to Captain Lightbright.
Yeah, I thought it looks like a bullseye. Or a targeting reticle. Kind of Call of Duty looking.
I'm just going to bring them up just so you have a point of comparison.
Yeah, that's totally a different light symbol.
Yeah. I know.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, but just because I don't like the guy doesn't necessarily mean he's automatically the villain. Every comic book I've ever read says he's probably the villain, but again, having read that comic doesn't stand up in court.
Hey, I don't like him. This is Stars related. He's a star-related person. I don't care.
Stars.
But I get the heebie-jeebies, and that's enough for me to say I don't care. He is the target. It is.
Now, a robot like that doesn't come out of a vacuum, so there have to be only so many places somebody could get the crap to produce something like that.
And besides, didn't you say those other bombs seemed mass-produced?
They seemed like they were carbon copies made perfectly in comparison to one of the bombs before the said bombs were even planted.
So, in theory, then, we need to find a place that has the industrial base to not only flawlessly reproduce Mistress Kelvin's tech, but also build
Just handmade
Gundam
by
battle
Android.
droids.
You know what?
And we also need to find some place that would source the kind of advanced hardware and or computer bits needed to make that kind of stuff.
Good luck doing that. We're in the United States of America. We have a lot of places that do that.
Well, yes, but if you're encompassing the entire country, I'm imagining that the problem is probably far more local.
Yes, and besides, I think I might be able to help us go on that.
What, convince one of the local gangs who have a rage boner for apparently this robot to help us? I don't see how that's going to go well.
No, I was going to ask Detective Devin see if we can take one of the bomb fragments with us, and we can scan this at the lab and start looking for components and trying to pin down where those components came from and the like.
Oh,
And
we
sort of
already had that
manufacturing.
convenient list created when I rolled a 43 in demolitions.
We certainly have enough fragments. I can mark it down as I've signed it out to signed out some of the evidence to a consultant.
He will not.
Alias, you're considered a consultant now. You get to join me in doing paperwork.
Oh.
While you two handle the forensic side of that, I think I'm going to take her to sleep some of this off. Because we might have some, extracurriculars in our future that might require her assistance.
Yeah, probably.
You should tell your friend to get some sunlight.
Working on it. Hello. Pick up, assuming we're done with the time travel.
Yeah, does anyone have any further questions or anything that they want to do?
The only thing I can think of. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I do have a major correction to make overviewing this image. I apologize. The blades are not in the arms. It's on the back. That's what the shoulder things are.
Got it.
Yeah, there's a correction that I needed to make because of how grossly wrong it is. So what?
But possible thing, can Alias determine what level of technology or lab would be needed to make this?
Okay. With the rolls you have made. At least 3.
A lab 3, okay. Which is, I believe, what we have.
We have
second highest level.
3 is the just below highest. 4 is the highest, which we have a 4.
Yeah, high tech, state of the art. You would need at least that to produce this, from what you can tell from the reproduction.
Okay, because also that way we can read possible energy maps and all this other fun, good old shenanigans. And I guess any other question I could think of is, does this design philosophy match anyone we've met or anyone in my memories? I'm like, maybe maybe this is the start of those Cypher fucks, or no, not Cypher, or maybe X Cypher. The people that Jade Marks brought up. I'm like, hey,
funnily
I
enough,
want to get the band back together.
This would not trigger any flashbacks for you.
Yay.
Despite how odd it is
So in theory, this is all new.
Yay!
So if they are done perusing the past, I will sever the connection and then go pick up Midnight to, I guess, take her back to the apartment so she can sober up a little bit.
Yep.
Are you going to fight the sobriety? Okay.
I'd bundled up with a blanket, some Netflix, and some comfort food, and just, get it, whatever the fuck this is, out of her system for a little bit. Cookies, potato chips. I don't know what her poison is, but
Wine, apparently.
well, that's not comfort food. That's booze.
Well, you say wine's comfort food. Okay. With that, it sounds like you guys are wanting to go back to the watchtower, or at least some of you are wanting to go back to the watchtower to do some analysis on the bomb fragments.
The missile break.
Yeah. That is the goal for me.
Okay. And you're wanting to trace down like where these would come from and such for the material.
I would actually.
What up, hotties?
I'll let Alias do that because he's more tech savvy than me. But I will use my resources to figure out the locations that can power such a high tech facility in the first place in the city.
Okay.
Because a place
Yeah,
like that is either going to be publicly known, or there's going to be a lack of power, an odd power draw in an area.
Yes, for at least me, I'm going to be taking it and, as said, looking at particular components and like, oh, this, or like for example, this particular type of like plastique is found in this part of Roulette Bay or whatever, etc., etc. Oh, this is residue, things like that. I'm taking a microscope to this bitch.
Okay.
Because that way it also helps find, like, okay, it's this general area versus this, or blah, 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 blah.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Ignorance is available at the moment. Okay. Okay. Given the kind of material it is, it's it's mundane it's mundane material. So plastic and stuff like that, since the method the not the methods the material being used for just kind of reproducing the base materials that Mr. Skelvin used to make her own devices. However, looking into what could like power and provide for such, which I believe is what Collateral was doing. Unless you have a specific thing you're using, I would think investigation would be kind of go through the intelligence on that. Unless you actually have contacts which you can just draw upon to help.
What about like trace particulates or something of stuff that might have gotten onto it from places it's been, or things it might have come in contact with in transit that might help figure out where it came from? Like environmental factors.
Due to the lab that you have, I can tell you that it was kept in sterilized storage.
Interesting.
So it didn't actually start picking up excess stuff, until it was removed.
Well, even that helps, because I don't know a lot about clean room tech, but I imagine there could be some kind of telltale sign we could look for something that's either tracing like cleaning materials, or I don't know if there's like extra power requirements on a clean room depending on how they're doing it, or something. Something that would give us something to look for.
Also kind of speaks to that this person likely knew that something was being cautious of, I don't want this traced at all. And so they're being careful, so
It also speaks to the personality of the culprit.
Okay. I don't know if collateral heard a thing about. I don't know if you actually have like the contact advantage that you're using, or if you want to make a investigation roll to kind of suss out the intelligence of like what could be needing, what could have such power drawn ability.
You know what? I will take this from a two-pronged approach. Because I have contacts on both sides of the fence. I'm going to use my government contacts to get the government side of things. I want to use my criminal contacts to figure out the information on the criminal side of things, because this clearly ain't on the up and up, which means there likely might be rumors about it.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, doing both the analysis and getting information in your contacts will take some amount of time from the day just to collect and correlate all that. Well, Spider, it looked like you may have had an extra thought.
Well, I'm not in the loop on this, so Tristan had a thought, but oh no, characters.
We would be
It's a little bit of a
coordinating with
metagaming
you.
cushion, but I
These
feel
books
like
take too long.
if nothing else, this might have occurred to Alias. We know a guy who specializes in illegal power setting ups.
oh, Joel.
Yeah. He might have, even if he didn't do it himself, he might have an ear to the ground of, who was looking for shit that could do that.
True.
That's kind of why I was trying to pull on the fact that I have criminal contacts as well. Like we know people who could probably do this for people.
Yeah, and and that would make sense, especially with the recent post of, yeah, but legal stuff is boring.
I want to cure cancer. I want to turn people into dinosaurs.
So yeah, definitely mention that Jolt will definitely probably be a direct contact of, or actually, not only not only Jolt, but also the garage. I am forgetting their names because I don't think I actually have the people who have a sort of build your own meta shit garage.
Oh, you're talking about, was it the mechanist? The mechanist that owned that illegal chop shop / workshop.
Yeah. Illegal chop shop and black market.
Okay. As you guys are going and using your various analyses and various resources, the for anyone that is paying attention to the news and such, you will find that that in the intervening time, Lightbringer has warded several incidents that that had cropped up fast enough that, like, for instance, considering Wolfspider has the Cordial Community app, it'll be like reported to the Cordial Community app, and then like very shortly thereafter, be solved. That happened a few times. That kind of incident happened a few times. Once he gets back, I will ask him if he is still doing his rounds or babysitting Nessa, because that'll affect some of the expositing. Um, the times when there are bystanders around that the news would have been able to request footage from, Lightbringer does generally have some kind of small address or speech that he does make. Um, it's these speeches are very very reassuring in intent. He's even done some things like kidding from trees kind of things. So kind of going into the Wolfspider cultural community stuff. Um, and given in one of these speeches he mentions, given the apparent need of Roulette Bay, as he cites things like the mutant dragon incident from the earlier Roulette days. That or the or the ape gators and such from the zoological deployment pods. He basically he occasionally is citing what amounts to continuity, and would like to be available to the people of Roulette Bay, along with being willing to mentor any fledgling heroes that would want to speak with him. Which, while he does not like name out you guys, it's clearly directed towards you guys. And as such, he the light bearer will be bringing in a beacon of hope, as he metaphorically calls it. But there will be in the evening news there will be footage and a quick address from light bearer, just to inform people. There will be a light in the sky above above Roulette Bay, which the light bearer identifies in the local news report as his overlight base, the beacon of hope. To help help protect against threats such as such as like basically like Godzilla level threats, which again is something you guys have encountered before.
I don't trust him.
On the scrolling banner will be a contact number for the light bearer, which he does. He freely gives that information, so it can be on the scrolling ticker for people to utilize. There is B-roll footage that. Second, let me just double check this. Doo-doo-doo. Okay. There we go. Some B-roll footage that does show him medically helping people. He's not like using a healing flame or anything, so he's not exhibiting Nessa level abilities. But he is clearly medically proficient, and is basically some of the roles showing him like helping out EMTs and things of that nature. When some reporters do pose a question like where he comes from, his response will be something along the lines of from Earth, of course, like anyone else.
That's not suspect at all.
Tris, I don't know if you had your phone on you to. Okay. Quick rundown. Snippets of the news over the day. Shows Lightbearer moving in on y'all's hero turf essentially. By solving a number of incidents. A number of which were reported on your app, but just solved before you could respond. If you are doing your routes, you will get to some of these at the same time he does. So while you can certainly sense him, I don't think you can match just the sheer velocity that he's moving at. He's also been shown helping EMTs do medical things, saving cats from trees, so doing neighborhood level things.
He is totally edging in on my turf.
He is essentially like edging in on people's themes, at least for like today, because some of the criminal stuff is like preventing what a criminal move by like Richter Shaw to take over some of the Taicho territory, for instance, or him repelling non-lethally repelling Taicho agents from doing some racketeering. He appears to be doing like very hero-y things, but it is also like directly the kinds of things that most of you do.
Hey, I'm not going to turn down the help, especially considering it gives me more time to nurse Nessa here.
No.
And again, it sounds like he's playing by all the rules I normally try to get people to play by. He's not hurting anybody unnecessarily or anything. It sounds like he's just covering a lot of ground quickly.
No, like like the Superman thing where he will like grab someone's wrist and just lift them off the ground to immobilize them.
Yeah,
like you've seen doing that a few times against violent people. Yeah. Now something I did forget to mention. There is a new light in the sky above Roulette Bay, which is identified as Lightbearer's Overlight Base, the beacon of hope, to help against things like kaiju level threats.
Which, by the way, apparently has contact information. Totally not stealing that from Wolf Spider. And
Indeed.
also is here in to help Roulette Bay and to mentor fledgling heroes. Totally not the Wildcards.
Yeah, he legitimately has contact information. He has given the news and will be on the news ticker. It's a phone number.
Yeah.
It's not like an address. Though allegedly he stays at Overlight Base,
Yeah.
but
Oh, he's billing himself as a veteran. Has anybody tried running a background check to see if this guy's operated anywhere else before, since he's all, I am the mentor?
Trying to stake down this one thing, but I'm sure I can do some searching.
Well, I mean, if you're
Once
doing that,
I'm
I can work my social media skills to see if this guy's ever appeared on TikTok or Facebook or whatever.
True.
I can do that while giving Nessa a bucket or whatever.
Yeah, and I have another thing I can check too once we get there. But hey, we continue.
That's pretty much like the the news update. For those tapped into social media, so I know like Wolf Spider is. Would Collateral or I know Alias has used social media for investigations, but I don't know if that means you check Blue Sky and stuff on the regular.
He has algorithms and different stuff to. Essentially, it's like subroutines to just keep him aware of some things of like, this is trending. This was mentioned. This is a new thing. Stuff like that.
Collateral. How about yourself, or is that just what the young kids do?
I put social media below what my need of concern for it. If I need any information, I get my information through brutal efficiency.
Gotcha.
I get my information the correct way. I walked both up a hill both ways to get the information.
Given Nessa's current condition, would she be on social media, or you be more like booze? Important stuff has to be happening to Nessa's player. And in that case, then your search demons for picking up new things would pick up the kind of things that I'm going to mention the Wolf Spider, because Wolf Spider, of course, would look at the app. And with the more stuff that Lightbearer has done, and the speeches he gives, which are despite how you guys may feel about it, on a technical level, they're really nicely done. Like there is definitely a kind of if you look up like what charisma, what a charismatic person would generally do, like it seems to fall in line with with that.
Oh yeah, like I would imagine him as as kind of like that dude from Sky High, the dad. Like very charismatic, like, yes, hello, I'm here to help.
There yep. Sorry, the way the voice you usually reminded me of what's his face, the friend / servant assistant guard dude of the Emperor's New Groove.
Oh, the Patrick Warburton voice.
Yeah.
The poison for Cusco. Cusco's poison. Not poison. A beater. Superhero net.
There is some social media stuff, not condemning the wild cards, but kind of going, they're just kind of noting, no, this guy's like really good. So maybe like the wild cards can do like some small stuff, and you do the large stuff. There's some talk about things like that. On the cordial Wolf Spider app, there are some questions about what does this mean for Wolf Spider. Like, can can we? Some people are like, can we still use this app when, at least in this short amount of time, Lightbearer seems to be able to like hit many minor things and most major things fairly quickly. There's no hate being thrown Wolf Spider's way, just kind of, what does this mean? Kind of thing. There are a few people though going, "Hey, this means that whoever Wolf Spider actually is can actually like manage a store, go on dates, or whatever it is he does outside the mask."
Yeah, which it's like, yeah, that's fair. Like I, as much as the genre, like classic genre of like, he is trying to replace us, blah, blah, blah. Part of it is also like, no, this does help. Like, hey, if he's legitimately helping, he's legitimately helping.
Yeah. Also, I love my community. They are the bestest people.
Oh, because there's everything of, what about the guy behind the mask?
It's like they haven't instantly turned on me because this guy's faster.
If anything, they're kind of concerned about your job security.
Yeah. I love you guys so much.
But see that as opposed to like, hey guys, thanks for all the encouraging words. I'm just glad that the community is getting more help.
Yep.
Da Vinci is concerned about how accepting many, not all, but many people seem to be about this overlight beacon of hope business. Because it's like, well, if it's meant to help against kaiju, does that mean it's armed? Do we now have a weapons platform over Roulette Bay? And that's kind of her questions, which she does get some kickback of, he hasn't done anything dangerous.
True,
but the fact that he operates so efficiently does also concern her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's getting there fairly quickly, so that's probably a little bit of super hearing, maybe. And like, we technically haven't seen what the overlight looks like. And there's a reason the Justice League removed that gun from the space station.
Does the Second Amendment include super weapons? We're about to find out.
In those literal sense, it does. In common sense, no, it doesn't. Take your pick which side you want to be on that.
There is an extremist group of like a very small amount of people, given the amount of time that's passed, that is proposing just let this new guy do the police's job. But that's like only like a group of like 4 people. At which point, Da Vinci in like interviews kind of goes, our people still need paychecks and family stuff. So no, unless like the mayor or someone says stuff, I'm not doing that. If anything, I'm a detective and not the captain. So that kind of stuff is good. Is what kind of like your new search and just general social media perusing is getting now, because you're wanting to look into like this guy from a social media standpoint.
It's really his past, but yeah.
Yeah. You are finding, and you're specifically looking for the Lightbringer, the
Everything's matching his stuff.
Oh, like his display demo.
Yeah.
What you are finding are like video snippets and such. They're short. They're like maybe 10 to at most 3 seconds 3 seconds long. He's not making speeches in these. You're more seeing actions. In some cases, it is say thwarting armed eco terrorists that are going to plant a poison tree to unleash spores that that will devastate the local city's plant life.
Oh, good. The weird has extended past Roulette Bay.
It isn't just Roulette Bay. It isn't just us.
Like 10 to 30-second snippets. No dialogue. There's some effort, noises, but there's no like speeches like he's been doing, here. A number of general general notes of the guy's existence. Things of that nature. Are you wanting to interrogate any of this beyond the surface? Since you've actually found some articles since you've been specifically looking.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to try to be doing like general digging or more of a technical analysis?
He's not a tech guy, so it'd be more general digging.
Okay.
See if you can pull anything out of the comments section. Like, hey, who posted the? Whoever posted this. What about this? Or X, Y, Z, or.
Okay, so you're doing interactive stuff.
A little bit digging, a little bit interactive.
Okay.
Trying to follow up on the videos. See if he can either find like from either alternate perspectives or maybe like a news report or something that goes with the video, but also seeing if he can draw anything out of the comments section. As a follow up. Lead.
Okay. Using for your social media roles.
Business.
Okay. You can make another business roll, and you can make a investigation deduction roll. For the contacts on the underground and governmental side of things. And was anyone actually pulling Jolt?
I was using my criminal contacts, so
Okay, and technically that would include Jolt. I mean, he is a criminal. He's not like a super bad guy, but he is a criminal. Okay. In which case, then, from the government side, you will be informed that paperwork and such has been submitted and cleared for why. There we go. So I can find it. For the removal of equipment from the Jinwit manufacturing building. As a reminder, that is the place where you guys found Continuum when getting her name wrong. When in a don't know why I keep forgetting her name. Waring. I keep on thinking Hazelwood. Waring. Where Waring was looking for her stolen codes, her stolen programming program, and where that like partial thing was constructed.
Huh.
Right, where what looked like, I think you guys were attributing it to the Immortal Mark II too, because there was just a pair of legs. Well, it's that building. Jolt. will say that will mention that which, by the way, he's going to give this information to you for trade. He what he wants for this information is 3 bottles of Steel Reserve, $40 worth of wine. Don't ask him about the wine. He doesn't care what wine it is. And an upper ticket for a friend.
Peculiar. I don't see anything particularly wrong with any of that.
Weird request, but okay.
Like, I was expecting him to actually want something more significant from us. But okay.
He was like, "Oh, cool! That's awesome, man. Okay, here's what's up." He seems perfectly happy about it. He clearly did something he considers more significant or something. He was approached via text on mysterious text from his business phone. It's a burner phone he carries.
I mean, I would expect that. I'm not gonna lie.
That wanted that wanted his particular expertise, particularly his mastery of electricity, and had given him some designs to build. And given his electrician background, he's like, cool. So I did it. It's going to be, what was he? He looks over his phone. It was 500,000 in crypto. But that's a lot of crypto. I'm sure that'll convert to some pretty nice, or I can invest it or some. I'll look into that later. It was a lot though.
Which crypto? Oh, Doge, of course.
Of course, he does crypto.
But I think you mentioned that he actually he prefers money, but it's like that's a lot of crypto. And because it's a lot of crypto, he decided to be like, fine, it's a lot. I'm sure that'll translate into something good. Plus he gets to build this odd neat thing. Now if you're wanting him to hand over the designs he was given, that will cost you extra in the form of a new modern snazzy refrigerator freezer full of Cold Stone, the ice cream.
I'm just going to look at him like, what the hell are you trying to do? Like, you're asking me to go grocery shopping for you.
A fridge isn't grocery shopping, especially one of those $800 ones. The ones with TV in them.
I'm sorry, but this screams, I want a 70-inch plasma screen TV with Netflix.
Maybe I just want to start looking, a bit trying to, look a little more impressive outside of boosting Right, you're not a cop. Boosting cars. And, providing questionable
If you're
power.
boosting cars, not from random people that need their car to work and pay their bills so that they don't get homeless, I'm going to choose to ignore that.
They have, 8-room houses.
Okay, I don't give a shit.
Those people. Say less.
Hey, I care about them hurting the everyday person. Someone who owns a mansion is not an everyday person.
Yeah, agreed. I remember the monster truck he stole from
Yeah.
some shit and bedazzled it.
I was like, don't do it. Don't do it, Tris. Don't do it. I know the number I said. Don't do it.
I just realized we have 8 rooms. Yeah.
Really?
You didn't say bedrooms. You just said 8 rooms.
Yeah, they're just 8 rooms.
Oh.
He was talking off the cuff, though, but yeah.
I was like, yeah, we have exactly 8 rooms in the house. They're not all bedrooms.
Okay, I at least interpret it as he's trying to steal cars from rich people.
The intent of his words were you have 8 bedrooms or 4 bedrooms and a grand hall is what he was.
I know what he meant.
About.
I just also know what he said. I was like, wait a minute. I think we have 8 rooms.
Yeah. His tone is indicating, people that are way above him on the pay grade scale. Because it makes him it makes him feel like he can affect things on a larger scale than he partially knows that he's at. But yeah. If you're gonna do the fridge and cold stone thing, again, a modern fridge, like one of those $800,000 fridges. He'll be willing to hand off the designs that were sent to him.
He wants an $8,000 fridge. I'll give him an $8,000 fridge. I just find it confusing that he wants an $8,000 fridge as payment.
Well, he also wants it filled with the Cold Stone ice cream brand. Specifically.
It's like, you want me to get you a new fridge and go grocery shopping for wine and ice cream? It's like, I've never had to buy off someone this cheaply before. That's the reaction that a lot of everyone has. Is like, I normally have to threaten extreme violence or spend a lot more money than this.
God, I love Joel.
He's just like,
He's a dumbass,
give me
but
ice
no,
cream,
sorry,
give me
dumbass.
wine, give me an opera ticket and a fridge for it all.
You know what? I can see you being like, you sure you don't want a specific opera? Is there a specific opera that they definitely want to see? No. Definitely not. Definitely not with not much ado about nothing. Nah, I'm kidding.
Turned out Jolt's the mastermind behind everything in the city. He's just been fucking with us.
Oh no, it's another Jar Jar theory.
I mean, if it's a valid theory and it actually works out, then it's not really a theory anymore at that point.
It's also I don't know, I'm bored. You guys make things fun. Why would I? And it's well, why did you kill us when you? Why would I kill you, dude? Do you realize how boring this place is?
It wouldn't even be that. It's do you think I can go fight dinosaurs the size of skyscrapers? That's what you guys are for.
Joel, the true protector of Roulette Bay.
Yeah, he can give you that. Your criminal contact will also mention that that that's that the that Richard Shaw, or specifically her people, are going to be going after what they suspect is a place where some of the missing gang members have been sent to, in a similar fashion as to with the samurai. Though it's not the aquarium, I can tell you that. They're going to be making a move in the in the trade port, and you'll be your contacts will be able to give you 5 warehouses that would be the target of where Rickshaw's people are moving to strike again, based off of the idea that there are some people that have been taken and they're going to try to allegedly tied into the missing persons thing that's been happening over the last number of months. Social and okay. Before I shift away to Alias, Wolf Spider, and Nessa, if Nessa is still available, is there anything you are wanting to do with this information collateral?
I would be making sure to share it with everyone, because obviously that needs to be shared. I'm not always going to be on top of things. I know that. So I'll at least make the effort to have everyone else be aware of what is happening.
Okay. Okay. In that case, Elias, your examination has revealed that, given the make of this and how pristine it is, it would had to have been fashioned through calculations, as even in the fragments you can tell that each cut is exacting. For instance, 35 degrees here, 10 degrees there, wire tied, wire twisted exactly, 10 times in a braid, with the exact same cutoff point. So aside from the fact that the material itself is not a duplicate of one another, they're the same type, but they're not atomic clones or anything. This must have been through some form of advanced exacting.
Yeah, exacting and
Construction.
machining, like in the fact that it's done so precise that this person or people had to have. They need more than a 3D printer. This is like machining levels of stuff. Yeah. Okay.
Given information from collateral, You would know that the machines in the Jinwit manufacturing building, given what you saw while you were there, would have the exactitude.
Yeah, and that's the lab where we helped Waring and found Project Immortal 2, right?
Yeah, and Continuum.
Yeah.
Slightly odd Continuum.
Yep.
I'm trying to figure out what more information I can give you, because I feel if I get too much in the weeds, it'll just be red herring levels of information.
That's good. That's good enough, I think.
Okay.
It is good.
Okay. Nessa, if Nessa's available, is there anything fun that she's doing? Okay. Wolf Spider. Looking into this, you actually are getting responses from the older messages from the people. You're asking like background information and such.
Mm-hmm. Give me any context on the scene, or were there other incidents like this, or?
You'll be able to get some extra detail on the extra detail on the scene. It pretty much corroborates with the videos that that you've already seen. Now, trying to compare look at these instances and going, when has it popped up on the news? To me, you're only finding news reports from like independent news.
Those are the more reliable for weird, obscure shit like this, because it looks like the guy didn't go public until recently.
Given a few of the videos you've seen, it would be unusual that a larger news network wouldn't have done some level of investigating. Specifically for the kind of stranger stuff, like the eco-terrorists and the poison tree spore stuff. Nor are you finding any like side columns of like the here's weird shit in the paper section. You're not seeing any reference to any of the videos that you've seen from, again, larger name. The responses you've been giving have been roughly prompt. Within 20 minutes of you sending a particular message, you will get.
Okay, that's good. It means people are still active. These aren't, so if they are dummy accounts, they're at least well-maintained ones.
Concerning that, the accounts that are responding to you have not. You basically, for instance, have here's this thing from 6 months ago, and then silence until you send them a message to prompt them. So there is a lengthy delay, and there's only a response because you have actively sent a message to them.
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, if it's that old, necroing the thread might, do that. But okay, that is a little.
There's not much else on the accounts. Some very basic surface things.
Okay.
So with this deduction roll, these do strike you as accounts made for this purpose.
Okay. So they either made a dummy account to post this, and or this guy is doing his own hype.
Now there's a number of different, accounts doing this, but as you know, you can maintain multiple accounts.
Yeah. And I also know that I can send these over to Alias, and he can do some, IP tracing or, reconfigure some firewalls or something, and figure out whether this is the same guy or doing it himself or not.
Okay.
Navigate some netscapes.
In terms of the rickshaw thing, by the way, for collateral, that's going to be happening, from what your contacts are saying, in 2 days, because Rickshaw is wanting to pull together some like extra equipment that's a bit above thug level.
David, question just for some clarification's sake: is it Richter Shaw, Rickshaw,
Oh,
Shaw?
sorry, it's Richter Shaw. Sorry, did I say Rickshaw? It's Richter Shaw.
I mean, Rick is short for Richter.
And then that's the woman, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. With a strange. Yeah. Making sure.
Damn it, Netflix! First you depowered Richter, now you made him a woman. Leave the poor Belmont alone.
The Belmont.
Okay. With all that in mind, are people wanting to how are people wanting to handle this? Because if you are going to want to get involved with a more armed criminal thing that is in relation to the missing people, again, that's going to be in 2 days. Is there any other particular things you guys are wanting to push for? I know you guys tend to be like one thing after another thing, which you can try to do. I don't know if there's enough information at the moment for you to do it, aside from directly going to Overlight or something.
Well, again, we got the videos and the IPs and stuff that can be run down. That's a lead.
Okay.
The Richter thing, which is in 2 days.
Yeah, and if someone wants something to physically do while I do that, Alias will recommend the building to see what's up there, because as he will say, it's like the machining parts most likely came from that building that they have the continuum at.
Then we also have a building we can go check out and possibly break into.
Yeah. At this point, the building is equipment removed, so I mean you'd be trespassing. That's
okay. Well, trespassing. Looking for signs that might of physical damage that might be trackable. Maybe a little bit of web walking.
Okay.
And if you want, I can. They can do that, and I'll be doing the net running dive.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I think I'll pick up collateral. See if collateral will meet me there then, so we can do some. See if we can figure out when stuff was moved, and then see if we can glean any additional information through the web.
Okay. That's how good you, Collateral?
Yep.
Okay. Also, is anyone doing anything with Jolt's designs that he was sent?
That would be up to the tech guys.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start. What's the best way to do that? Try to think of how to use or trying to figure out how to phrase this, of what kind of role I can give. Best I can figure is maybe. Yeah, and I'm blanking on what Alias would figure. I can, with these blueprints, I can now do X and Y.
I mean, I know what they are. I haven't identified what they are yet because no one's tried to to look at them to figure out what it is.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll identify them then. I'll try to identify the different parts and all that.
I would need a gadgeteering roll for that.
Before a casino. How do you know that? I can read. Turn it over. It's on the back. It's a Death Star.
Oh, you know that word. It's printed right on the side. Oh.
For your web walking, you can feel free to make your roll. You guys are slow enough. You guys can just get into the building.
Oh yeah, I figured he'd have to make some kind of, I don't know if it'd be me or his survival skills or whatever. Something. What do you roll to figure out how long ago, scuff marks and stuff were made to indicate the equipment was moved out of here, so we know when to web walk to?
That would be investigation, unless you are doing a techie camera.
Okay. So first,
okay.
Would this fall under my deduction and intuition, or just normal? I'm trying to deduce and intuit based on available clues.
That sounds like it would work, yeah. Okay, the gadgeteering. It is a rather innovative design. It looks like it would only function, or rather work rather, with someone who could output a lot of electricity in a very specific manner. In this case, Jolt, because Jolt can produce electricity. So basically, the design seemed to have Jolt specifically in mind because of his power set. What this is, from what you can tell, because your lab can make a virtual construction of it because of how advanced your lab is. Provided it does what it appears to intend to do, if it functions within the parameters of the design, with the ability of Jolt to charge it with the precise current that is needed, it would be able to produce a light. It's a light field generator that would have the ability to constrain vast amounts of energy. Are you I'll just pull a description from GURPS. You essentially have a design for a reactor that uses, in this case, probably something closer to hard light than a magnetic bottle, to contain something like a plasma reactor level of energy without the need for the physical hardware containment outside of the generator system itself.
I'm not sure I'm following exactly what that is, but I know this is impressive. I think I'm getting the gist, and it's just what?
Yeah, it's containment for a fusion plasma type reactor without all of the building level equipment you would need for it.
Oh, Jolt can just make mini reactors now.
I mean, he didn't think ahead, to I can produce this and make money. It's a cool design.
No, I'm just saying in terms of skills we now know Jolt has. Apparently, he has the ability to make a reactor in his garage, well, as long as he has the plans.
Because he's just following instructions.
Yeah. But the fact that the guy left the plans with him means Jolt could have made a reactor at any time.
Yeah, the The plans, according to because like Jolt made notes and stuff because he gave you his notes too. This would have been constructed 2 months ago, so during the larger time skip. Anyway.
Okay. Hmm.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. My brain cannot think of things to say because it's just like, what? What the fuck?
Yeah. Essentially, someone handed a leading edge next generation design to Jolt, and Jolt was like, "Oh yeah, I can hold on, trust I can build that. That's cool. You're gonna pay me how much? That's a lot of stuff. Okay."
Yeah, on the comms, Alias will kind of give a brief description of like what this thing can do and how valuable it is.
Provided you have the precision output that Jolt has, like if you can reproduce that, you could just be making these things if you really wanted to. Now, the material itself is not exactly subpar, so you'd have to spend some money in material, but I mean you can do it. I will need a use tech roll for your teching the social stuff that was given to you.
Yep. And go ahead and switch to the others while I roll that, get that out,
Okay.
if that's okay.
I'm fine with that. For deducting of what time was it? Looking at when it was moved, the equipment itself was moved a month and a half ago.
That's going to be difficult. Let's see. Month and a half. So somewhere between a month and 6 months on the chart. Probably closer to the 6 months in terms of difficulty since it's over a month. Okay.
Oof, yeah, the difficulty, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I can either attempt this and we get only very basic info, or I can push for moderate detail, but a good chance that I'm going to whiff. What do you guys think? Should I go for the sure thing with moderate, with very basic information, or should I try to push my luck?
You're, after all, a very lucky person. I say push your luck.
Meanwhile, I'm like, I'd rather take the sure thing. Some information is better than none.
Okay, for clarification, I'm trying to roll a 50 on 5d6 if I go for moderate information, or I'm trying to roll a 40 on 5d6 if I'm just going for the basic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Dear
Now
Lord.
I can pump that with Ka, but still.
Basic information.
I'm lucky, but I'm not that lucky.
I was gonna say,
As I that 90 days is kind of crippling. Walking is most effective when it's recent.
Clearly.
I mean, as I get better at it, going further back's easier, but
Specializing in web walking.
I actually did specialize in investigation in web walking.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm before adding COD for character points, I'm at 25 already.
How lucky do you feel?
Woo!
Okay, and that's basic stuff.
I was aiming for basic / common.
Hell yeah.
Okay. It was all moved at once without the use of heavy equipment. You would need heavy equipment to move this.
So I'm guessing when we see the
Um,
silhouette, the other like kind of like generic mannequin silhouettes moving the stuff.
They're very stringy, barely perceptible to you. It is very similar to the negative space.
Okay. 'Cause I
Um,
kind of envision it kind of like that episode with of Next Gen where like they had the holodeck render like the silhouette, but it couldn't actually get any detail.
yeah,
Those ruby red shirt, just people outlines.
yeah. These people outlines are moving equipment that is you need heavy equipment to move it, but these silhouettes are just moving the equipment.
Okay, I don't feel like it's much of a stretch to not have to roll my deduction skill to intuit that there's a very strong possibility it's probably more of those robots or similar robots to what we saw at the museum at the aquarium.
That is a plausible deduction.
Yeah.
And when I was doing it at the same time, it's multiples of these doing it. It's not like teleported out.
And it was 90 days ago. There's not going to be anything we can track by car. Like go outside and try to follow tire tracks. I doubt this guy's dumb enough to have his robots show up on CCTV or anything, but we could try seeing if anybody's got footage that far back.
Given the amount of skill you guys have, provided someone tells me they're doing it, I will just give you that information.
I will ask Collateral to do that while I'm trying to refine the image, if Collateral's willing.
I am willing and
Okay.
able.
And you actually have dice and use tech, yeah?
Yes, I have 4 dice and use tech.
Okay. Then the cameras were all facing the wrong direction to get any visual. You can tell that the cameras were just like given a spontaneous command to do this.
So either the robots can wirelessly command the cameras, or we've got somebody with hacking skills. Which, if they have an army of robots, programming an army of robots is not that far removed from hacker skills, in theory.
Yeah, someone really doesn't want their trail to be followed. That's for sure.
And we, in theory, already knew what was taken before we came here.
Yeah, it's the Genuit was a cutting edge manufacturing business, but finances and some contract stuff screwed them. So while they had this, they made this great tech, and it's like we can do amazing things. Business was like, nah, you can't actually sustain this. So we're shutting you down.
Okay, so sounds like then, unless another question occurs to you, our main takeaway from this is broader range of tech skills than we initially thought, and either they're employing superpowered individuals, or more likely they have more than one of those androids we saw at the aquarium.
I'll say the answer to that is actually yes. It's probably both.
All right, so we can add that to the case file. And then I guess it's waiting for the throwdown.
Okay. I will say though that for Alias, your reconnoitering will reveal that the dummy accounts were made a few days ago, but their file creation dates were manipulated to have the account be seen as older, along with the messages sent. The videos themselves are very, very, very good, actually, but they are manufactured. A regular video francologist would not be able to pick up the discrepancy, but it is completely digitally manufactured.
This guy's trying to fake a backstory.
He's not faking powers, possibly, though.
The powers seem legitimate, but the whole persona he's crafted and the history that the said persona seems to have attached to it.
Yeah, that's suspect.
We at least know that anything that is recorded of what he's done before he came to Roulette Bay is fake, based on your findings.
You know what? Hey, David, while they're also doing that, I think I have one possible thing I'd like to do. Well, nah, I'll probably save it for later.
Okay. Okay, with that, it sounds like just kind of waiting for the throwdown. Okay. With that in mind, are any of you guys going to like intentionally try to respond to incidents and stuff like that faster than normal?
I mean, I'm always trying to respond as fast as I can, so not faster than normal, but my normal is again as fast as I physically can. So
Okay.
unless it's something that clearly has a less of a time crunch to it.
Okay. In that case, you can feel free to make a web swing or a movement roll. Collateral and Alias. How about yourselves?
I mean, I'd be doing what I normally do. Not much of a difference to that.
Sounds like this is not day of. This is leading into. So.
No, this is just for like intervening time.
I will. No, I think Alias sticks to his normal kind of discreet vigilantism. He doesn't really care about the limelight or what people say about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
My urban navigation can modify that or not, but
Okay. rules. In which case, for a handful of them, you actually either get there slightly before him, like on the order of like a minute or so, or you're responding to a different thing that's going on that he hasn't yet gotten to.
Okay, good. The cracks are starting to show. You can't be everywhere at once. We just need to figure out the
I
rhythm.
don't want to find her dead body. I don't want to see that shit.
Given that you have been in the area of him, more often than everyone else because you're intentionally trying to get there, you can clock a casual fastness of 1,800 kph.
All right, well, we know the breaker mechs are at least as fast, if not faster than him.
That is good to know.
With a little bit more experience, my glide will be as fast as him.
Okay. He does appear to exhibit something that probably doesn't surprise you. He appears to exhibit levels of super senses.
Yeah, that seems to fit with the generic superhero package.
His reflexes are also immense. You're looking at an initiative of 13 dice.
Jesus.
Okay. He definitely outreaction times me.
I'm sorry, did you say initiative 13D?
Yep.
God damn. Also, I need to get going. So, anything last minute stuff you need from me to help seal the bow?
Do you guys have any last minute things?
No, I think we're good.
Just so it is known, though, one thing I would want to do in between, like within the 2 days before the Shaw attack, I will, Alias being who he is, and a spy and all this other bullshit, he will take. Basically, I want to have Alias take a look at Lightbearer and be like, where do you actually come from? And basically try to like break down the persona, like, okay, public speaking, this particular way of talking refers to things like this. Essentially try to be like, okay, who are you coming from?
Trying to profile him.
Yeah, profile.
Okay. If that's the last thing you want to do, I believe that would also fall under investigation.
I believe so, yeah.
I didn't mean to be that bad.
Oh, investigation, and I will head out. Holy shit. That's going to be a flat 20.
A flat 20. Okay. From what you can tell, the personality appears to be I believe the correct term would be consummate hero, kind of like what people would generally attribute to a good doer, I am here to help and save everyone. It seems to very much be that. The public speaking, however, is very, very savvy and like again kind of I read a leadership book, charismatic with a little bit of with the ability to definitely be creative within that scheme. I can tell you that um like charm and persuasion, for instance, is between 9 and 12 dice.
Yeah, no wonder charismatic. I guess the last question that is going to be a little nuanced and maybe not catch under the 20 investigation. Is there any particular accent that he's picking up? Like, if he says a particular word, does he say it like, you know, like when outsiders refer to Norfolk instead of no, or we'll say Norfolk instead of Norfolk. You know, just shut that out.
You say butter instead of butter. So you say rough.
Jimmy Carter. Well, you see Jimmy Carter. You know, the thing. Shut my mouth. I doubt it, but you never know.
Well, it is a warm and less bass-filled voice when he's not. Well, the bass comes from when he's projecting to a crowd. The bass in his voice, but it is very unlike the GM himself. Very very good pronunciation and diction, as if he has gone to like a public speaking coach to get on the spot very precise and understandable diction.
Okay.
It is. It is. It is. Shall we say, like clinically perfect?
Yes. Yeah. Alias knows all too well. He probably speaks very similarly.
As a matter of fact, yes, it is a similar manner of speaking, but has I'm under the impression though that for you it's there's kind of a bit more of a stiltedness to it.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he doesn't have that stiltedness. It is a familiarity to you, but at a much more quote unquote trained level.
Trained, and that is human. I am trained for this, you see. Okay, excellent. Thank you. Y'all have fun. Good game, all.
Yep.
Okay, I'm good for going to our 10:30 limit. If you guys are?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Collateral. How about yourself? And I would say Nessa, but maybe Nessa's fallen asleep.
I am
Certainly
honestly tired, but at the same time,
well, I mean, getting ready to go into a throwdown is not necessarily a bad, stopping point as opposed to getting around in or whatever and then stopping.
that's what I was going to say. Is that right now it's kind of like we're at the what's the word I'm looking for? We're at like the natural stopping point.
Okay.
So if you want to set the scene for a cliffhanger or something.
I was going to say, do you mind if I do kind of set a scene?
Yeah.
Set a scene.
As you guys are approaching the warehouse in the trading port area, it's a bit deeper in front of the water. You're arriving. I presume you're web swinging.
Mm-hmm.
Collateral. How are you? What method of transport are you using?
That is a very good question.
As you has options now.
I have multiple options. Do I want to use a motorcycle, the car, or the jet? I'm going to stick with the jet for today.
Okay.
Because after all, the jet turns into a mech too.
Since you're using the jet, how do you receive text messages? Like, would it pop up on like a HUD? Would you have to physically check it once you land?
All his mechs use Android Auto.
I was actually gonna say, it's like, I would totally be for the. It's going to be a matter of. It would pop up on the HUD as like, here's a notification, and like the first line of it, and if it's important enough, then I'll have it display.
Okay, I'll interpret that as the first sentence then. You get a text message. It will display as coming from an unknown number. The first line of it is go to Amanda. It'll have a timestamp which is 5 minutes from from now. Avery's Furniture Warehouse. It does look like you can see the letter D, that is the continuance of it.
I broke time. We're getting texts from the future.
Oh no! It says go to Amanda, and it gives you the timestamp, and the timestamp is 5 minutes. Not the message is from 5 minutes in the future.
Oh, I heard the timestamp is 5 minutes from now, so I was like, it's from the future.
No, it's go to Amanda, and it gives a 24-hour clock time that is just 5 minutes ahead of what now is for you guys.
Right. So according to the timestamp, it's from the future.
It's in the message itself, though. The message was sent now.
When will then be now?
Soon. And unless you want to toggle to read the rest of the message, that is where we're going to leave it.
I mean, clearly someone is trying to get me to go somewhere. I'm going to try to read the message and see if this is something important to divert from us confronting the fake Captain Lightbright.
Do not arrive more than 3 minutes early. You do have a little bit of travel time on that, like a matter of minutes of travel time to get to. Well, actually, you're in the city, so you have unless you're going Mach speeds, you have a minute or so of travel time to get to where you need to go in terms of the warehouse. Basically, if you commit to the warehouse, it's possible you're going to miss this time, given it's just 5 minutes from now. And you don't have to make a decision now, but that is your current predicament.
That is your ending cliffhanger.
I mean, I'm going to obviously ignore that and show up when I show up.
You're going to ignore the thing that says go save your daughter in 5 minutes?
Oh, I said that.
Go to Amanda.
I was like, Amanda's your kid.
With the stating a time that is 5 minutes from now. Avery Furniture Warehouse, do not arrive more than 3 minutes early.
The name completely blanked on me there for a moment.
I mean, you can ignore it. Whenever I brought up Amanda information from iffy sources, you've ignored it in the past, so that would not surprise me. Because this comes from unknown number.
I'm going to point this out and say, I have a city to destroy. Oh, city block to destroy. I'll be back.
I was like, go save your kid. I think I can hold down whoever actually shows up in the next session can hold down the fort till you get back.
Just don't mind me. I'm just hitting all the arm switches for all the explosives.
Interesting. Okay. I say interesting. Okay, because because it was like, if there's just a distraction, it's worked. But I was halfway wondering if you're gonna just be like, oh, this is probably a distraction. Move on. I'm not saying it is.
I mean, it can be a distraction and a legitimate threat at the same time.
That's fair.
It could be both. And my answer is going to be extreme violence.
Okay.
Like, you're going to see a barrel of TNT come out today. Level of violence. You know, here's a minimum of 1,500 damage levels of violence.
Okay.
Because that's what we rolled it as, right? It's like you could easily put like about 1,500 sticks of TNT in a 55-gallon drum. So in a 10-meter area, that's 1,500 D6 worth of damage. I remember those conversations. Don't worry, I have it on the jet.
Based on volume
will be.
calculations, you can fit approximately 1,200 to 1,500 standard sticks of dynamite in a 55-gallon drum.
So on the high end, 1,500. On the low end, 1,200. So yeah. And so like I said,
There's a dice calculation for damage in there, but I already put that on the sheet for you because it's like, like 5D plus 1D per stick or something.
Oh, that's right. It does start with at an additional 5 damage value before each stick adds an additional damage. So 5D a stick. Nope, it's 5 dice a stick.
It's just 5D per stick. So yeah.
Oh, it's a lot worse than that. So now the AoE is 0, 2, 2 to 5, 5 to 10. So unless you're next to it, you might survive.
Well, even if you're 10 out, that's still like 6,000 divided by 4. That's still 1,500 dice.
It's actually more than that because we.
No, 6,000 divided by 4 is 15, or 60 divided by 4 is 15. So 1,500 dice.
No, it's because we said it was 1,500 sticks of dynamite. Each dynamite is 5D, so we're taking 1,500 times 5.
Okay, 7,500 divided by 4. So 1,875.
Well then.
My math was based on the 1,200, not the 1,500.
Ah, gotcha. I just want you to know that that is basically just a giant barrel strapped to a wing as a bomb, waiting for me to drop it on someone.
Okay, I am really curious how next time is going to go. I want to try quickly when we get to here, given you guys could have just opted to do less investigating and just and wait out the time. I'm fine that you guys did more investigating though. The real question is, has this changed your thoughts at all on Lightbearer? Are you still of the mind that no, he's the villain?
At the moment, he's just a guy who's trying to make himself seem more impressive than he is by faking the backstory, which is sus. But people with less not necessarily villainous intentions have also faked a backstory. So that's
fair.
Having the watchtower hanging out over the town that may or may not be armed, again, little sus, but not necessarily villainous yet. Behavior as seen seems okay, though I'm still not putting it past him to be the guy who's snatching people up and locking them away off screen, a la half a dozen Batman villains.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, I'm the good guy. The justice system just doesn't work, so I'm locking them up where I know they're not going to get away. See Lockup and a bunch of other guys that are, again, good intention, but pushed them too far.
Right.
The only super villainous thing we've seen so far is this threat to Amanda, which at the moment, we have no reason to believe one way or the other is actually connected to Lightbringer.
Okay.
So,
But it only came up as soon as we decided to confront Lightbringer.
well, no, it came up when we decided to come deal with this, Richter, Shaw thing.
Yeah. More specifically, it occurred en route to Richter Shaw's thing.
So it could be Richter Shaw or somebody else who's going to be involved in that doing it also.
Mm,
Especially because, you're public.
that's true.
I'd say this could be unrelated, or it could be from another, participant that is not Lightbringer. Like, I am suspicious, but so far, based on how they have behaved, there's nothing for me to not at least take them at face value while still being prepared for the other shoe to drop.
Okay, because I wasn't sure if the, for lack of a term, clear and present danger to your reputation as the heroes of Roulette Bay.
Wolf Spider, while genre savvy, would not care about that because he's like, great, more people helping. That's less people getting hurt, possibly more time for me to actually balance other shit since that was getting overwhelming.
Fair.
So it's like I'm prepared for the worst. I'm genre savvy enough to know that the worst could happen, but this guy also could just be on the up and up and is just being an obnoxious, self-entitled prick about it.
Any thoughts from you, Collateral?
Like I said, extreme violence is the answer to anything at this point in time. So there will be no survivors.
Well, for the American? Okay.
Well, let me rephrase that. There will be survivors. They're not going to be killed, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think even non-lethal TNT.
We're done!
I mean, I could just make it detonate in a 10-meter area that won't kill anyone.
It's still 15 to 1800 dice of damage. I'm pretty sure that's still hopefully.
No, I said with no one in the area. Just have them right at the edge, so their death is in their face. They see their life flash before their eyes, and then they have a multi-barrel Gatling cannon pointed at them, saying, "I have more." I think that would be effective intimidation. Especially when the top half of a building that they're in just disappears. Like, legitimately disappears. Because I think that's enough damage to say it's vaporized. Right?
I don't know. It's only a little over a third of a kiloton.
Yeah, that's enough to say it's just vaporized.
According to the math, it's like 0.375 kilotons.
Okay, now I actually have to look this up. What is the smallest nuclear weapon? The smallest nuclear weapon was W-54 warhead, which had a variable yield as low as 10 tons of TNT. So I'm only looking at 1 ton of TNT. I'm not close to a nuke yet.
I don't have a Davy Crockett.
I'm glad you knew what I was talking about when I said W-54 warhead.
Well, I didn't know what the W-54 warhead was. I just remember our previous discussion about, the Davy Crockett, specifically the Metal Gear one that had you, just face palming.
I feel that if you're using the nuclear method to make a 10 ton of TNT explosion, that's a waste of splitting an atom.
Oh no, he has the equivalent to a.
I only have, because we said it was 1,500 sticks of dynamite. Each stick of dynamite is a kilogram. It's only going to be the equivalent of 1 kiloton, and technically the smallest nuclear warhead ever made is 10 kilotons of TNT.
Again, I ran the math. Your 1,500 sticks is equivalent to 0.375 kilotons. At least according to the converter I found online.
So 0.01 kilotons is 10 tons of TNT. I only have 1.3 tons of TNT. So that would be like 0.0013. It's small.
How many kilotons is 1,506 of dynamite? Searching. Ending up on a list.
I was actually wondering if you guys are actually.
Okay, I did have my zeros misplaced. It was 0.00375.
I was actually wondering if you guys were going to call Lightbearer's number that he gave the news.
I have no reason to. Nor do I
That's
want
not really
to.
my thing. That's
Okay.
again, most I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, even though he's seeing some things.
Well, I'm not saying he's evil. It's just with the level of suspicion you guys have, I'm just like, oh, I didn't do that. Okay.
I'm judging him based on his actions, not his phone number
Hmm.
or whatever he's all got on his answering machine. So far, the actions he's demonstrated, at least, have been in the correct direction. So
Good day, evening, or night, good citizen. You have reached.
that does sound like, since we're wrapping, I will cut the stream here. So good night, internet.
Yes, good night, folks.
Good night.